How was it?
It's good. It's bored. Just kidding.
About what you expected? I mean, you'd done it before, but first time.
The All-Star game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a little more than I expected. I thought the weekend had incredible energy and, all the way through. Saturday night was awesome, I thought. And the game was I think, way more than anybody expected it to be. That was something to be a part of.
When you first heard about the new format, what did you obviously didn't anticipate that, but did you see how it could potentially make things a little bit more competitive?
Yeah, I mean, I think a number of things have been leading up to it being more competitive, right? And I just think the whole thing together, the way they split the quarters up and all that kind of stuff, all was just kind of building, and then obviously the ending certainly helped. But I think the players were in a different state of mind going into it before the game. You could kind of sense that it was going to be different than it's been for a while.
Do you think that was just the honoring Kobe type environment, just that the whole event?
I think there was a lot of factors. That was one, a big one. I think there's some incentive there. There's the charity money. There's their bonuses. There's splitting the quarters up. There's the ending. I think there was a lot of things that kind of all came together just right for them for the game. And it was something. I thought it was really incredible talent out on the floor, and they were really playing. It was playoff intensity, and it was cool.
You enjoy the challenge of coaching end of games and managing clock and things like that. How did the Elam ending kind of add to your experience as a coach, or did it sort of take the ball out of your hands?
Yeah, no, it didn't. It was fine. You could still do it. We still had the timeouts, and we could advance and all that stuff. It was just hard to gauge kind of what was happening time-wise. Obviously there was no time, and it felt a little bit like an overtime. That usually when you get started in an overtime, you rarely make any subs for whatever reason. It just seems like guys haven't been playing for a while or whatever. And I think it got into range quickly, and then that last 6 or 8 points took forever. It seemed like we were probably out there too long, some of those guys. But it'd been so long since we'd made any changes. I think that was a little strange. And if you could get used to that a little more, you might, your subbing patterns be different, et cetera. But I felt the rest of it was pretty similar. Timeouts, advancing, all that stuff.
Would you see any, there's one suggestion I saw where you use that format for overtime. You don't have overtime anymore. You just pick a score and just play without a clock for the last, instead of a 5.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I think that the D League or G League, a couple years ago put in the 3-minute overtime, and I thought that was pretty cool to do. Again, it just intensifies each possession a little bit with shorter time on the clock, gets you to end the game scenarios quicker. That was good, and that might be a good overtime ending too. The way it is isn't too bad either. I think everybody's pretty riveted in an overtime game, so it's good. It was interesting.
See your shirt there. I asked Griff this in Chicago. What do you think of when he put 4 Canadians on the floor there in that Rising Stars and just seeing them all there?
Yeah, they were great. I think they ended up with a +8 or something like that, and the plus-minus together, and then they lost the game by over 20. So their section played very well together. It was good. It was good to see those guys. I actually was out today in Oshawa with the team that's getting ready to play here in the window, and it's good obviously to see them. And I was bored. I had a day off, so I thought I'd go out there and get involved with Canada a little bit. Yeah, it's nice. Good setup. Got a pretty decent group of guys that came in to play. Pretty happy with the commitment of the guys that came in, and we'll see what they can do this weekend.
With the Raptors, where are you at with what's the latest on Mark and Norm?
Yeah, Mark came in just for continued treatment today. He's looking good. Norm's a bit away from his next checkup date, not that far. I think within a week he'll get another look at that and see where he's at as well. Let's see. Only other thing is I think Pat McCall he got the flu, so wasn't here today. But that's where we're at. We should be getting closer to healthy bodies.
Do you
a few
know
more.
about Mark's availability for Friday?
No, not yet. I think we'll wait all the way till we see and get him through some testing and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully he'll be ready to go. But if not, soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. You've got I think 4 games at home.
Yeah.
kind of the gauge.
Yep.
But now, like the last 20 odd games, I mean, you're away a lot of good teams in that thing. Do you feel the need to maybe keep rolling what you had going before the break and put some money in the bank, so to speak?
I don't know. I think that that run we just went on was an interesting, intense stretch that maybe comes unexpected there. So I think that probably calm down here a little bit and really work on some things. Check again, continue to tinker with rotations and polish up defensive coverages and get into, start adding more to our offensive sets package and ATO package and special plays and things like that. I think that's kind of what we do this time of year normally. So it's a good stretch for that. It doesn't matter who we're playing. I think the level of, it's always going to be a good game most nights. I think teams come in fired up to play us, right? I think teams that are out of the playoff end up having a bunch of guys playing for contracts, so they play hard. There's always reasons for it to be a good game. So we'll just play whoever's on the schedule and try to worry about ourselves.
Is there a specific time of the year where you tend to ramp things up and look at it as a stretch run? Is it after All-Star? Is it March? Is it April?
I don't know if it's ramping up is the right word, right? Or I'm not going to get caught up into like 10 games to go, we got to be in playoff mode. We don't have to be in playoff mode. We're still in testing mode, and there's going to be probably some uneven performances within a game or an uneven performance on a night, and you just kind of shuffle it away as one of 82 and keep on going. I think I enjoy that approach more than trying to act like playoff mode starts in February, because it doesn't. It really doesn't. So we're still just growing and building and polishing and trying to get better.
Do you place much significance on finishing top 2 in the East?
Yeah, I think we're striving to stay up in there, top 2 or 3, Michael. Again, I don't want anything to be so all-consuming that the seeding isn't. It's very important, but it's not critically important. End of the world stuff. You can't let it psychologically affect you that way. We're going to play the best we can, and who knows what's going to happen in these next 25 as far as availability, schedule players, who other teams will have to play, who they'll be playing, missing, all those kind of things factor into it. And to get your heart and soul wrapped up and you got to be number 2, I don't think puts you in the right mindset. What we do have to do is put our mindset as of a daily approach of getting better, right? And continue to try things out and start keeping the things that we like to take forward and tuck away and things like that, and continue to polish some defensive coverages to see exactly where we think we can be at our highest level come April. Yep. All right.
Thank you, Nick.
Yep.